Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm Victor Dandridge, the hardest working man in comics.
Ryan Seymour, king of Comic Town here in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, the things that we say before we actually show you guys.
Yeah.
It's still recorded. Jeremy is our...
I'm just waiting till I'm important enough to get...
When he blackmails us, it's going to be amazing. I promise you that. But we've got some amazing books that we've read. Coming into things, though, this is the... was the eve of She-Hulk episode 2.
Yes.
How are you feeling about the series so far?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really did. It's a different vibe.
Right.
What I like about it is it's a different vibe, that it's not just a straightforward superhero thing.
Yes.
The characters have powers.
Right.
But
I really like the maturity aspect of it. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like this is aimed at an adult market.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of cool. Like, I mean, I've appreciated Ms. Marvel, but you need something for the grown folks. So I felt like that's what this is.
No, yeah, definitely.
Toot sweet. Much love. Okay, so with that in mind, I've got some Marvel stuff to talk about.
This was such a diverse week that we only ended up with 2 books. That are the same.
None of them are DC. How did we do that?
Weird. Yeah, because there was like Olympus Reborn #1 was this week. Action Comics was this week.
There's some good ones.
Detective was this week. Oh, yeah. You're going to want to go to your store and pick up. There's Detective Comics 27. It's the first appearance of Batman. They actually did have a facsimile edition this week.
I was going to say, like, I saw that, but isn't... Okay, all right. That's interesting. Is it cheaper? Is it the same, like, original pricing?
Yeah. Oh, no. It's very much nowadays pricing, but it's the same.
Okay, so this thing was a dime when it first came out. Yeah. They're like, $4.99, son. Is it $4.99?
I think it's more. It's a lot of Batman. It's a lot of Batman.
It's a lot of Batman, guys. Come on, get your Batman on. That's funny. I'm so sorry. Okay, so when it comes to honorable mentions, none are the same.
Nothing the same.
So since we were talking about some Marvel, do you mind if I talk about some Marvel?
No, go ahead.
Talk about some Marvel. Okay, so Fantastic Four, issue 46, Dan Slott, Kafu Aburtov. Let me get that out. I believe this is Slott's last issue of Fantastic Four. And he ends it in a very interesting sort of way. We get directly introduced into... Reed Richards' half-sister.
Yeah.
Reed's daddy had jungle fever. He had that jungle fever. Because his sister, she blacker than I am, y'all. I'm going to keep it real, like she is. It was interesting. There's a lot of wrapping up of things, which worked out really well. But the family dynamic stuff is always this fun little tricky thing. I think as a last issue from Dan, to introduce this character to the family and go, okay, and I'm out, is a very nice alley-oop for future stories. It's one of those things where he goes, hey, I'm not taking all my toys with me. I'm leaving something for you guys to play with. Don't mess it up. Yeah. So that was a really nice
interesting
move. Yeah, very nice move.
All right. This is a toughie because they're all amazing. We'll go with from Scout Comics.
Okay.
Metalinguistic's Crimes Division.
That's not hard to say at all.
It is not.
I wonder how that pitch went. Like, wait, listen.
Right,
we got this book.
It's metal. So Marcelo. That's all I got. We got written by Marcelo Sarava, artist Andreas Freitas, and colors Omar Vignole. This is actually all right. So it is. If you take the concept of crossover, in that all the things that happen in comics. Exist in their own pocket universe. And then mix in that there's this guy that can accidentally go there.
Accidentally?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's this like real kind of high concept thing going on where this dude, he's a terrible writer, but he has a great like seminar thing that he puts on, like how you can be a better salesperson by integrating stories into your sales pitch.
Oh, nice.
And he wants to be a real writer, and he just sucks. His sister, though, is amazing, and she's one of the top selling comic writers, and her comic title that she writes, her partner draws, what's it called, Tropical Force or something, and there's a murder that takes place, and it's probably done by one of the characters from the comic.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it's this just really, really cool, super smart book.
Okay.
There's some links potentially to familiar like family tree stuff.
There we go. Got you.
And it's really, really cool. It's a really smart read. It is, if you're looking for something a little bit meatier than like a tights and capes kind of thing, definitely check it out.
That's it?
Yep.
Nice. Justin was saying that was one to read, and I already had like a full plate.
Right.
I was putting 2 back.
I hadn't started grabbing books yet, so I was like, I'll give it a shot.
It's a good move. Good recommendation, sir. Okay, so sticking with the Marvel train.
Yeah.
I jumped on Amazing Spider-Man number 8. So we got Wells, Romita Jr., Hannah. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
But there are times when you just need like John Romita Jr. drawing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like you just got it, right? He was doing Spider-Man when I really got into Spider-Man in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
The Straczynski run.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That
was a great run.
Right? So to like open this up, like it feels like home in a weird way.
Yeah.
What was crazy are some of the people that appear here. He's been fighting Vulture apparently, which is cool. I enjoy Vulture. He's old and cranky and crotchety and all that cool stuff. But there's this new suit, and I had heard rumor of who built this suit.
Yeah.
And okay, cool.
Yeah, but what are you going to do with it?
That's the question. But this happens, and I'm like,
yeah, right.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What a context change. What a change of pace for their dynamic.
Yeah.
I don't know that I love it, but I'm very curious as to where it's going.
I don't trust it.
I don't trust it neither, okay? I don't trust not nary part of it. And I will admit that when I first saw the new costume, I was like, I don't like it. Until I saw the functionality of all of it, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, because the initial, my Project Runway senses were like...
bulky, ugly.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling
like,
it.
no, that's so 1990s. But
then, it's got very superior Spider-Man leanings where the bad guys are informing how Spider-Man should operate.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's not bad.
It's kind of smart, actually. Like, Batman will be like, oh, I'm fighting Darkseid? Let me wear God armor.
Yeah.
Peter's never done that. He's like, I'm still going to wear some tights.
Yeah. I got spandex.
Yeah. Spandex and webs, baby. I'm going to thwip on you. It's not as useful.
It doesn't work as well.
No. So I'm really curious as to how that's going to play out. It's kind of an interesting vibe. So this was a fun read. I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
All right. From Black Caravan.
Bring on the darkness.
Right, yeah. So Pentagram of Horror, number 3. These are really, really fast reads. And it was one that Marco Fontanelli, artist, writer.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, does everything, I think, literally.
Yeah. Except editing,
but that's probably an alias. That's his
pen
name.
Just take the letters and switch it around.
Yeah. So each of them, it's like an anthology type thing. Each issue is its own standalone story, rooted in horror, different types of horror, body horror, existential horror. This particular issue is like, because Marco had tweeted something about like this was one of the more difficult issues that he's created.
Yeah.
And the art in this one is very complex.
So beautiful.
Like I can see why this would have taken so long, because it's the paneling is not your standard paneling. It's more like an art project.
Yeah. That line work is intricate.
It's amazing. And this one takes place kind of in like a Black Mirror type situation where this person has decided they're going to enter a virtual reality, and they're going to play what I think they think is a game, and it ends up being more than that. Someone is tested, and it's interesting to see the reactions and the results that this person has collected over these tests. Yeah,
that's terrifying.
It really is, and it just keeps going.
Oh my God!
Like that's the thing. Is
brilliant though.
Look, it's absolutely gorgeous, and it really is this horrifying trip into both supernatural, depending on your leanings, and also the technological. That's awesome. It really
Techno-Natural?
Techno.
Super techno?
Super.
I don't know.
I feel like I should be I don't
know.
That's the official theme.
I'm with that. Like that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Okay, so I took on Radiant Black, issue 17. We got Kyle Higgins, Joe Clark, Marcelo Costa with Triana Farrell and Becca Carey. I've been digging the Massiveverse so much, like just seeing how this is all playing out and all that fun stuff. In this one, we are seeing the Radiant Black power do something unexpected.
Really?
Very unexpected. Let's see. Can I show you a picture? Yeah. It's doing that.
Wait, what?
Yes.
That seems big.
And that is big. I would say it's big.
Yeah.
Because it's not supposed to do that. And in fact, not only is it not supposed to do that, we have a character that's like, wait, no, that's bad because it's not supposed to do that.
Yeah. And
we are supposed to be focusing on said character in the next one. So, again, the Super Power Ranger vibes of it are so fun. That is literally the point. Kyle and company leans into it, which is great. So if you've ever wanted to like see Power Rangers truly cut loose and see what kind of things can happen, massive verse. Like Radiant Black, Red, there's Pink, there's Rogue Sun is a part of that universe. Was it Lucky Kill?
Lucky Dead.
Lucky Dead. That's a part of it. So it's got its own like sprawling, interconnected series of characters. So find the one that you will love. It's almost like if all the different iterations of Power Rangers all took place at once.
Yeah.
Right? So you had Dino Thunder, you had, I don't know, Special Forces, whatever, like all of them all taking place at the same time and just different areas of the country. And it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I'm mad impressed with what they do.
Yeah.
Like it's awesome.
I can't figure out why Image doesn't super hardcore publicize that they have got a superhero universe. Like, I don't know what really. All right, because Image started out artists, like that was the big thing, and what gave them writing cred was Astro City and Rising Stars. Why not be like, okay, from the company that brought you, we've got this.
I don't know. That's a good question.
People don't know.
Like you said, when Kirkman came on board, there was a lot of interconnection to the greater, earlier Image content. So Youngblood, Savage Dragon, Super Patriot, like they would appear in that universe. So you're like, nah, it's all one connected place. This doesn't seem that universe. It's its very own. So
and people are picking up and reading the different books, but not necessarily all of them,
right?
Because they don't know. And then we're like, oh, by the way, as a retailer, we're like, oh, by the way, is there a reason you're reading this but not Rogue? And they're like, well, I didn't know.
I didn't know that they were connected. They totally are. So I think that they are starting to do that better. At C2E2, Kyle and friends literally had like a massive verse party.
Oh, nice!
And they were showcasing all of them. Like they had these awesome standees just like that of the different characters. And like, nah, this is all one universe. And people are like, wait, what?
Right?
So yeah, maybe that's what it is. They had to establish success
and
before they're like, oh, by the way, look, So that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
It's a story and a theory.
It's a theory. A movie's theory. That's silly.
Now, from Behemoth Comics.
Oh, hail Behemoth.
The Illusion Witch, book 3. And because I try to only pick, as best as I can, one book from a company each
Nicely
week.
Done.
And Neverender was also this week, but I reviewed Neverender last time, so I'm doing Illusion Witch this week. All right, so this is the story about she's a terrible mother. She was a terrible partner, and maybe not through any fault of her own. She just didn't have the strength to deal with her son dying from cancer, and
it was a dark.
It really was. So instead, she focused purely on her illusionist career.
Yes.
Like she was a magician in the sense of like David Blaine, like earthly magicians. And so she gets caught up in this like half never-ending story, half I hate fairyland thing where she is destined to be like some super powerful sorceress that will save this magical kingdom, and she gets taken there. She doesn't want to be there, and it's now the process of them. The people that are the good guys trying to convince her, like, no, you are this person. This is your destiny. You can't escape destiny like you've escaped everything else at the bottom. Yeah, it's just so cool because it's like these D&D type characters and her. And she just does not fit it, but she doesn't have a choice. And it's her having to really take a hard look at herself.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's really, really cool. It's got lizard people. I'm a sucker for lizard people.
I love it.
And
there it is.
Yeah. So really, really cool. It's only up to issue 3, so
read it.
Easy to track it down.
Jump on that. These are some good reads that you should read. If you got some extra dollars, definitely try those out. Test the waters with it. But the must reads, the ones if you've got a
Yes.
limited supply of coin, these are the things that you should definitely be walking out with. Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
I want to know what that is.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this one, one of my picks this week is Minor Threats. Number one, Dark Horse Comics. Patton Oswalt and Jordan Bloom, creators and writers for it. And then we've got art by Scott Hepburn, colors Ian Herron, letters Nate Piekos and of Blambot. And there are a bunch of different covers.
Nice.
Christian Ward, Mike Mignola, Dave Stewart.
Big shout out to Nate. I love his stuff.
So this is a story. We're gonna use Gotham as the baseline. Okay, so it's Gotham. It's not Gotham at all. I'm just using that, and all the B-list villains that would live in there.
Okay,
they know they're B-listers, and they hang out at a B-list villain bar, and they're always plotting things that'll never actually happen. Right. Or they're always swapping stories about if I woulda. And so there's this one particular, the bartender there used to be a supervillain. Okay. And she is trying to get her life back on track.
Gotcha.
She can't find a legit job, so where she's working at the supervillain bar. She has trouble finding housing because she's a known supervillain and a felon. So all these things are stacked against her, but she really, really, really wants to get her life back on track.
Okay.
I went in thinking it was going to be a comedy. Patton Oswalt, the dude is hysterical.
It's going to be amazingly funny.
But he's also a very, very intelligent, poignant writer who's taking the concept of basically your Batman and Robin type character.
Right.
And one of the things rogues never do is they never kill.
True.
One of the rogues does. One of the rogues does and smokes the Robin type character.
Oh.
So all the heroes are freaking out. Basically, your Justice League are trying to find
something real.
Yeah, they're trying to find the guy that killed them before Insomniac, the Batman type character, can get to him.
Oh,
because he's going on kill mode.
Yeah.
So it is this really, really awesome story.
That's awesome.
All the B-listers are we don't have anything to do with this, and the main character, she figures out a way that they can to save them. Ooh. And it's a really, really cool twist to it. Really dug it. Very, very well pleased.
I like it. That's an interesting move too, because in light of, we've never seen this story, in light of Joker beating Jason Todd to death, was there ever a point where Ivy, Penguin, Two-Face got together and go, what could this do to Batman? He's always been something. Yeah. He's been a thorn, but he's been a manageable thorn.
Yeah.
But this changes things. What do we do?
That's a. Yeah, and they
that's a genius move.
Yeah.
Okay. I took on Sins of the Black Flamingo #3.
I shoulda. It's so good.
In terms of reader type, I love that this is so not in my wheelhouse that it's in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got this very sexual, flamboyant thief, gentleman thief, if you will, who happens upon some very sacred items along his travels. A golem, a bound angel. As one does. This happens, right? And as he's now trying to finagle, manage, get clear of what he's done, because someone had these things and they're not really happy with losing them.
Right? If you have the power to bind an angel, crap, someone stole him.
Dang it!
No,
I'll get another one. No, that's bad.
Yeah.
So you have that mixed in with it's super flamboyant. I mean, when you look at this, you go, there's something very homoerotic about this. Yes. Yeah. There is.
Yeah.
That is literally the point. In fact, did you flip through this yet?
Not yet. Yeah, one of the things I love about this book is, at least at our shop, each issue has sold more than the one before it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's growing.
That's awesome. Yeah, we get this action, and I'm like, that's spicy. Someone's going to have a poster of this. If this isn't a poster...
There's going to be someone that's going to have a poster of it, and then there's going to be other people who are like, I cannot believe.
Oh, there's definitely going to be the people that I can't believe. And that's partly why I read it, because I want to irk those people that are like, I don't want the gayness. Well, I'm going to read it, because...
it's up to issue 3.
It's up to issue 3, and it's good. It's really good writing. The characterizations are amazing, and something happens at the end of this where maybe the tables have turned? Yes. this. Oh wait, let me give a shout out to who actually created this thing. Andrew Wheeler, Travis Moore, Tamara Bonvillain, so you know the colors are on point.
Colors are amazing.
And Aditya Bidikar. This is such a fun issue, series, concept, where again, yes, it is going to show an alternative sexuality to what many of you might be reading or might have that are reading this. Read it anyway.
Yeah.
Read it anyway. I promise it won't make you gay. If it does, secret, you already were.
You already were.
Like, I'm telling you that right now. I mean, there's some images in there, even I'm like, ooh. But no. Like, just read the book. It's good.
Yeah.
It's a good book. Okay, which I say this one first, this one last. What do you think?
Sure.
Yes. From AfterShock, A Calculated Man, Paul Tobin, Alberto Albuquerque. Man.
Because it's already been optioned.
Yeah.
It was the option before even issue one came out.
Yeah.
So the bar was set
super high.
Pretty high.
Super high. So we've got Jack Beans. Jack Beans is really good with numbers. How good with numbers? He was the accountant for a crime boss.
Mm-hmm.
And some situations occurred where maybe he was going to be betrayed by said family.
Yeah.
And in order to protect himself, he's like, I'm going to put the books down.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start killing them. I know.
He's run the math.
Yeah, like I can figure this out. Like, it's easy. Along the way, there are some police officers that are after him for his involvement with some things. Maybe he's snitching. Maybe. But he's also fallen in love.
Yeah, which is such an interesting problem.
It's outright hilarious. Because in this pursuit of this relationship, he is being absolutely honest.
Yeah, which is like his one character flaw, is he just can't lie.
Can't lie. Like, he's like a number, right? Numbers don't lie. Like, those are the rules. Of course, there is a slight deceit because he knows that she thinks he's playing.
Yeah.
So he's technically not lying, but he knows that she doesn't think that he's telling the truth.
Yeah. Because some of the stuff that he's calling her, in the middle of, is just so
Hey, what are you doing? Well, I'm doing this and this. This chase sequence was hilarious.
Yeah. Because they knew.
I mean, they tried to know.
Yeah.
They tried to know. It's so funny. Like, I'm sure Paul, when he got to the point of being like, all right, how do I catch? Oh, yeah, that's brilliant. That's hilarious. Because it is such a perfect execution, and I do mean that literally.
Yeah.
Of that concept of, like, this guy knows you guys so well.
Yeah.
This is what you're going to do.
Yeah. The way his mind works, memorizing, because he's got like almost perfect memory that doesn't take any effort. And so he knows people's schedules. He knows their routines. So he knows how to best attack them.
Yeah.
And they'd never, like, he's the accountant.
He's the accountant.
Why would any of them pay attention to him?
Amazing. I appreciate the boss that's like, look, he's smarter than me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mind admitting that because that's the thing that's going to keep me alive.
Yeah.
Is recognizing this dude is smarter than me.
Yeah.
That's why I hired him. Like, that's literally, I couldn't keep books like this. That's why I hired him, because he does it.
It's this beautiful, it's this amazing revenge, like
hilarious.
John Wickian.
I love it.
Yeah, it's so, God, I can't wait. Whatever it's going to be made into, I don't know, maybe a series?
It's got to be a series.
Because
you can't just do this in a quick movie.
Yeah.
Because you can't appreciate how amazing he is at this.
Yeah.
In just a movie.
Yeah, because it's like this, the Benedict Cumberbatch version of Sherlock. Like, that's the vibe I get off Jack Beans.
Absolutely.
But Jack Beans actually, there is a likability to him. He's not this, I don't know,
pompous.
Sorta. He's just a regular dude who, like, has these, his brain's beautiful.
Absolutely.
His hair, is weird. Like,
yes, it is.
That's where I'm just like, my stepbrother in Christ, your hair. And, like, I know I'm not one to talk, but
it works though.
But
it works. No, this was a lot of fun. So much fun.
Yeah. And so once again, it's only issue 3.
Yeah.
So
come on, guys.
Number one might be tough to track down just because people spec'd on it because of the.
I mean, because it was already optioned, man. Like that's what happens when you put out goodness.
Yeah.
So goodness, dude. Like that's what happens. Speaking of goodness, and that's what happens.
Yeah. 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 So creatively speaking, we've got Jason Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron Kuder.
Yeah.
Cam Smith and Guru Effects.
Yeah.
Lettered by VC's Corey Pettit.
Yeah.
Cover artists Aaron and Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Variant cover artists, we've got Juan Jose Rip and Rain Barreto.
Love it.
Oh my god.
So
Sandbox, the multiversal sandbox in which they play.
I would read a series, like literally make a pull list just for series from each one of these Avengers Forever worlds that Jason Aaron has played with. This one features Thor, a broken Thor.
Yes.
Which you're like, we've seen it before. Sure.
Yeah.
But not like this.
Yeah. This is a broken Thor that has beyond just given up. Like the things that he's trying to do to just forget about and escape.
Yeah.
He is haunted and followed by.
That is the meanest thing I've ever seen.
Right? Just let him be.
You could just stay where you are.
Yeah.
And that would be fine. But you're going to follow?
Right?
That is messed up. But then, because at first, I was like, well, that's just mean. Like, that's so messed up.
Yeah.
But then you get to that, and you're like,
oh. Right? That's one of the most brilliant things about it is incorporating that specter, that shadow into his future. And like using it as a stepping stone rather than, it's just, it'll make sense when you read it because you're going to read it.
Yeah, you're going to read this. You're going to want to read this. And when this happens, and you're like, oh, snap. Like, this isn't, he takes the thing that you see coming and then just chucks that out the window and goes, but this. And you're like, oh, that's way better.
Yeah.
Way better. Because, like, what we're building up to this entire time, I'm like, yes, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And then that twist.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I was not expecting that panel.
At all. So when that happens, you're like, well, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
And you realize, like, nope, there's something bigger, something better. I'm sure he's still going to use that. Like, at this point, like you
at some point,
and I can't even imagine like this team up. Like what they're about to face is not ready for the combined might of what they are.
They don't fully neither side fully knows what they're about to walk in on because oh my god, because alone that side of the thing, that's a lot.
That's a whole lot.
And then you got that, and then you got the smarts in that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's a whole bunch. Literally, like I would read series of these characters.
Oh yeah,
you could go through and just give Jason Aaron the task of taking the top Thor stories and go, okay, retell this story, but use that Thor.
Yeah,
and I'd go, I'm buying it. I'm buying it.
Yeah,
give it to me.
Because it's not a what if. Like it's a multiverse.
Yeah,
so they can do that. And oh my gosh,
I want them to so bad. That's such a good story.
Yeah,
like I love it. Absolutely.
Not good stuff. Great stuff.
Great stuff. You got to go home with these books. If you don't,
what books are you going home? Let us know. Comment
definitely
below.
Let us know that. I've got to know, like, what do you think we failed on? And be like, nah, skip that one, get this one. Chances are I probably did read it. I just put it back for the show. Because I was reading a bunch, okay? I was out here. I got to give a big shout out to Damage Control. That was insane.
That's right, yeah.
And my buddy Jay Foskett did a backup feature in it, and that was amazing. Absolutely amazing. So big shout out to you, Jay. That was awesome. But yeah, just so much goodness to consume and read, and it's amazing. And we love it. We like it. Hopefully you like this episode, and if so, you've been here this entire time. By this point, you got to click the thumbs up, and you got to give us that thumbs.
And if you're still here, why aren't you already subscribed if you're not? So hit the bell, and that'll let you know every week when we drop this for you.
Put that notification on it. You want it every week. Not sometime, all the time because we're all the time here for you.
Yep.
So come on, join us every week. We're reading comics, and you should too. Read some comics. Go to your local comic shop, get some stuff. Let's read together. Start the show over. We'll talk about it. We should do a read along. Right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Where you guys are flipping through, and then like when you realize what we're talking about,
That'd be kind of dope.
that would be dope. We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Come back next week. It might happen. Oh.